This is a time of new beginnings for church growth and development with a new director and Dr. Alan Goss, and we're excited about that. But we're really excited about the projects that are bringing new people to Jesus Christ in 7 projects across our annual conference. We wanted to show our appreciation to you and to give you an opportunity to get involved if you're not already by going firsthand to these 7 projects and seeing what a difference you're making in changing people's lives.
The Central Texas Conference Commission on Church Growth and Development has represented you in starting and restarting new churches for 23 years. The ministry was an expansion of a previous program carried out in Tarrant County by the Metropolitan Board of Missions. During these years, 29 churches have been started, and many more are on the drawing board. The 29 churches are both suburban and rural and small city. Among them are 3 Spanish-speaking congregations, 3 predominantly African American churches, 2 Korean congregations, and 1 Vietnamese mission. Among those receiving share donations are 7 growing projects, which we would like to report on during this session of the annual conference. Abundant Life United Methodist Mission of Far East Fort Worth was started in June of 2000 when Reverend Brian Dalco was appointed to start a new church in Far East Fort Worth. Its inaugural worship service was held on Easter Sunday, April 15th of 2001 at the Lowry Road Elementary School on Lowry Road at Cooks Lane north of Interstate 30. The mission features an African American style of worship with a weekly average attendance of approximately 60. Their praise team leads worship with a contemporary jazz style. Even though the congregation is predominantly African American, there is a noticeable number of Anglos who are involved with the project. Several weekly small groups which are centered around Bible study, marriage enrichment, men's groups, and women's ministry group are operating in this congregation. The growth is up 15% from 1 year ago and is slow but steady. The congregation will be chartering sometime during the year 2003. In June of 2001, our conference's first local lay pastor was sent to start a new congregation which became Fishers of People United Methodist Mission on Possum Kingdom Lake. Mr. Bill Berry helped to start worship services on Sunday morning in the Lions Club building in the rural community at the south end of Possum Kingdom Lake. The dream is for this project to reach out into the semi-rural area and to shorten the drive to a United Methodist church. It has been slower and harder than anticipated. However, some of the new residents of the area have gotten involved in this project, including the teenage young woman who plays the piano for the services each Sunday morning. There is a lot of optimism over the prospect of future growth. One telling sign is the coming of city water supply being installed for the first time in the area. This move by city water usually is a sign of future growth. Hopefully the water and future will bring growth anticipated by previous DS and the late Reverend Tim Russell, and a United Methodist Church will be there when it comes. Good News United Methodist Mission of Cedar Park celebrated its first anniversary as a worshiping community in February of this year. Their average worship crowd for their first year was 90, making them one of the more successful new church starts in recent years. Bishop Chamness appointed Reverend Fred Winslow in June of 2001 to start the new church in the growing suburb north of Austin and west of Round Rock. Their special draw and appeal is with families with children and youth, even though all will be welcomed. Several times a year they have had youth retreats leading to youth-led worship services on Sunday morning. In addition, Children's Time with Reverend Sharon Adair is one of the high points of worship every Sunday. The church community life includes regular mission participation, which have included Habitat for Humanity, Mexico mission trips, and partnerships with the Hill Country Mission. Even though they have no assigned apportionments yet, they were able to contribute to the Temple District and help them pay out their fair share since their offerings were above projections for their first year. Since their first anniversary service in February, Good News has broken the 100 barrier in worship and actually had 150 in worship Palm Sunday and 330 on Easter Sunday. In addition to being one of the fastest growing new churches in church growth and development history, they are well on their way to being a strong, large, mission-oriented church. El Buen Samaritano United Methodist Mission of Southeast Fort Worth is worshiping in the Old Inglewood United Methodist Church located just south of the Polytechnic area of Southeast Fort Worth. After being a Fort Worth East District mission site for several years, the church became a project of church growth and development in June of 2002, and Reverend David Martinez was appointed to lead this charge. They have averaged 55 in worship during 2002 and have been very successful, including ESL, children's reading programs, children's retreat, immigration clinic, as well as weekday Bible study and prayer meetings. Originally planned during 2003 was the beginning of the second church on the charge, making it a 2-point Spanish-speaking charge. The future vision involves a financially self-sustaining 3-point charge for Hispanic brothers and sisters in Tarrant County. However, during the spring of 2003, the bishop and cabinet saw an opportunity to strengthen this ministry as well as the one at Mi Casa Su Casa, UMC, by putting them together as the originally planned 2-point charge. The third point of the charge will be put together during the 2004-2005 conference year. Mi Casa Su Casa United Methodist Church in Arlington is a Hispanic congregation worshiping in the Vandergrift Chapel of First United Methodist Church of Arlington. It began in June of 1994 as the Central Texas Conference's first chartered Spanish-speaking church. They have been most successful with immigrants, but are beginning to reach an established Hispanic middle class in Arlington. Because of the current economic climate of our country and its impact upon immigrant communities, Mi Casa Su Casa, along with the Fort Worth East District, has worked hard to lower the cost of the project so that after 9 years it can become financially independent. The leadership of Reverend David Chavez, who has been their pastor for 7 years, has been invaluable in getting the congregation where they are today. The result of placing this as the anchor of a 2-point charge will accomplish its financial independence and set it on a new journey of growth in the Spanish-speaking community of Arlington. At the annual conference session in June of 2002, the bishop and cabinet sent Reverend Glenda Whitehead to Round Rock to start Journey of Faith United Methodist Mission of Round Rock, a new kind of church start in the Central Texas Conference. Glenda was to work half-time as the associate pastor of Round Rock First United Methodist Church while forming a strong core group for a new congregation. They meet regularly, working toward their first worship service projected to be in January of 2004. This project, supported half by First United Methodist Church in Round Rock and half by the Commission on CG&D, has gathered a group who is starting Bible studies and fellowship groups in early summer 2003. They will be meeting in the SPJST Hall in Northeast Round Rock. Their vision statement is to create a diverse community of faith that is scripturally based, mission-oriented, socially conscious, and life-giving, a place where persons at varying stages of their faith journey can grow in their relationship with God through Christ and by drawing on the theology and traditions of John Wesley and the United Methodist Church. This model, Churches Birthing Churches, has been very successful in other conferences within our jurisdiction. Vietnamese United Methodist Mission of East Fort Worth continues to worship in its present location of Riverside United Methodist Church. Under the leadership of Reverend Son Van Tron, who has been their pastor since June of 1996, a working partnership has evolved within their ministries. And one of the outstanding programs they had this year was their 4th annual Multicultural and Multilanguage Christmas Music Program in December and the continuation of the ESL programs. They are continuing to reach out to the growing number of Vietnamese people in Tarrant County, but like many immigrant communities, find it difficult to support financially the needs of a full-time pastor. As a result, they will be going forth with a part-time pastor, a method used by many immigrant-based churches around the country. Much appreciation is given to Riverside United Methodist Church and its leadership for continuing to be a blessing to this important congregation of people. These 7 faith communities represent the fruits of your SHARE program in the Central Texas Conference. They are strong and vibrant projects bringing people to faith in Jesus Christ and helping them to connect to the rich heritage and theology of the United Methodist Church. Jesus is quoted in Acts 1:8 as telling his disciples to be witnesses in Jerusalem, in Judea and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth. Church Growth and Development is proud to be one of your instruments for reaching out to your churches, Judea and Samaria. God bless all of us as we continue to make disciples 21 centuries later.
You have seen Share Dollars at work, changing lives through new church starts. Our bishop has cast the vision of 20 new churches in 8 years. We're well on our way of turning that vision into reality. Other new churches are on the drawing board at this time, in addition to those that you've already seen. If you're already a shareholder, we appreciate what you do year after year. If you want to invest in making new disciples of Jesus Christ and helping start new faith communities, you're invited to join us. Become a shareholder, make a difference, change lives forever.